excited. We are, making some fun of us, calling us the Ophthalmology United Nations. There is people missing, but there is people from almost everywhere, and that's very, very good. So we have people from Colombia, Cancun. Hi,
Amazing.
everybody.
Today we're so
We're going to try to translate it in Spanish if Zoom let us. So we're going to give you a couple of more minutes to get in, and we're going to start. Okay. Okay, so welcome to Ophthalmo University, an ecosystem. We call it to learn from each other. This is the passion of our lives, and we're so happy to be here day after day. We encourage you guys to use social media, not as good as Imane because she's number one, but just try to use it. Instagram, Facebook. I think it's a channel to be connected, a channel to be what's going on and what's happening around the world, and you can follow us in Ophthalmo University in all social media present, especially. And we had an interesting talk today about LinkedIn. LinkedIn is a platform mostly for professionals, industries there too. So it's very interesting to be in LinkedIn, to have a very good profile there and be in contact with colleagues all around the world. Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, they're for communicating. On YouTube, it's very, very strong as we call it the virtual library. We have almost 100 webinars there. I think they're amazing content. And the good thing today is not to know everything, but to know where it is and how to get it, to get to that content easily, right? So that this is our virtual library, and we encourage you to subscribe um, to the YouTube channel and watch it. Tomorrow, and this is important, tomorrow we're gonna have something that it's also very cool like today. It's called Your Tips, and it's people giving tips. They only have 1 minute and a half to give you tips. It could be for anything from strabismus to cataract surgery, retina, and why not, advice about life. You have 1 minute and a half, and if somebody in the panel thinks that it's interesting, you're gonna come from a participant as a panelist, and you're gonna say your tip. I think this is very good to learn. It's gonna be in Spanish tomorrow. Yeah, probably we're gonna have translation in English. On Wednesday, and this is very important. This is gonna be in English, Portuguese, and Spanish. And the key here is that it's going to be tips, but from zero. For example, we're going to have Jaime that loves the cornea, but he's going to see this and he's gonna be so excited that he will want to perform in strabismus. Strabismus. I can't say it. I don't know anything about it, and just I can't say it in English. Another interesting thing we do on Wednesdays, and it's something related to what we're doing today. And we like to have an open chair for everybody. Okay, so what we have on Wednesdays is called empty chair. It's gonna be in Spanish, but the thing here is like you can send your title and subtitle about any topic, and people will vote for what they want to hear. Okay, so you need a good title, a good description, and people who like you and will vote for you. And then you have a place, and you have an amazing jury there. We learn a lot because it's 5 minutes. You spend 1 second more, and the presentation ends. Okay, so empty chair is another of these good things we're doing on Wednesdays. On Thursday, and we have people from everywhere, and this is very good. We have an amazing workshop about white cataract, and I can tell you that this is completely disruptive. It's going to be in English, it's going to be in Portuguese, it's going to be in Spanish, and these guys have a completely new approach for white cataract. So I recommend you to be there because you're going to learn a lot. You're going to things that you know everybody knows. Oh, you need to cut the anterior capsule and absorb a little bit. Okay, this is going to be completely different. On Saturday, also in English and Spanish, we're going to have a special session called Organizations at Their Maximum Exponential. So if you really think about it, we all are an organization, even ourselves. So you can learn a lot from this amazing writer from Uruguay who was the CEO of IBM. Very, very interesting guy. He's going to talk on Saturday at 1 p.m. Mexico City. That's 8 p.m. for Europe. So you guys can, with a glass of wine in Europe, you can learn a lot from Enrique Baliño. Okay, and we're gonna start. This is amazing. Uh, this is something I think it's part of history. Having all these colleagues from around the world here together and with the will to share. We want to share not only what we know, but we are our experiences and what we're doing in different parts of the world. As you can see, the flags. We have people from everywhere, and we believe that every time we get closer and we build community, we are stronger, and that's the main mantra from today. I'm gonna shut up now. I'm gonna listen to all these amazing guys. Not before I say that we're also gonna talk about the 7 pillars we have in Ophthalmo University, and the 7 pillars are this. We're gonna talk about the mindset. Do we need a new mindset to face what's coming in the future? Do we know how to plan for the future? Are we, trained enough to plan for the future? How do we evaluate the quality of information? Are we communicating effectively and efficiently? This is one of my favorites. Are we learning efficiently as well? Do we know how to learn? Are we building a good community around us? Are we working as a team? And the last but not least, are we using technology in our favor? Okay, so I'm gonna stop sharing my screen now, and I'm gonna let you guys see all this amazing panel. We need to take pictures here. So we're gonna start with our colleague from India because it's very, very late there. And he asked. I want to thank him for being here with us, but we're gonna let him start with this. And basically, what we're gonna do is our colleagues are gonna present very shortly. They're gonna pick one pillar to talk about, and then we're gonna discuss about it.
Right. Are my slides visible?
Yes, Diva,
Oh,
great to have you here.
thank you so much. So that is me right there. And that's the Indian flag, the tricolor. So at the outset, I would like to thank Ivo, Imane, and the whole team of Ophthalmo University for having me here. So a little bit about me before I start. So yes, I am Devakant Mishra. I am working as a consultant in retina surgery unit of the IQ Super Speciality Eye Hospital in Lucknow. That's right in the center of India, very close to New Delhi. Apart from that, I have the position of the General Secretary of the Young Ophthalmologist Society of India, which we like to call as YOSI. And I am the Chief Editor of the Young Ophthalmologist Times, which we call as the YOU Times. So where do I see myself in another 5 years? Probably as a more accomplished vitreoretina surgeon with a strong base in academics and research. And I would also like to assume more leadership roles in different and various forms and at various levels as well. So I choose to talk about community and teamwork. That's one of the pillars of Ophthalmo University, and others will be talking about rest of them probably. And I would like to share my experience with the Young Ophthalmologist Society of India. So I'll tell you a little about this and how this has helped us and helped the Indian young ophthalmologists. So we started way back in 2014. And at that time, we started with 4. We have our own pillars as well. So the first one was generating a platform for the young ophthalmologist. At the time, there was not many platforms where a young resident or a young fellow or a young practitioner got the opportunity to present in front of a wonderful crowd. And then we wanted to generate content for the young ophthalmologist, something that is relevant to them and by them. Uh, Another thing that we wanted to do was to identify the issues that young ophthalmologists are facing and escalate them to the higher and concerned authorities as well. And last but not the least was networking at the local level, at the national and the international level as well. So with all of these things in the present day, we stand at a membership of around 4,000 members. We are an independent registered society, which is affiliated to our parent society, and we are working with our affiliation with the International Council of Ophthalmology as well right now. So with all these huge numbers, we have been able to do a lot of sessions all throughout India. All the major conferences of India now have a young ophthalmologist session. We have a lot of publications. We have the yOU Times. We have the news monthly newsletter. We have our official YouTube channel. And then a lot of, we are working on travel grants, international collaborations as well. So this is in brief about the Young Ophthalmologist Society and my association with it. Thank you so much.
Very interesting. Thank you very much, Diva. One question, are you guys also doing something about hands-on training? And how is the quality of surgical training in India? Is it homogeneous?
Yeah, so India is all about numbers, and we have a huge patient load with us as well. So yes, we get to do a lot of hands-on, but there's a lot of disparity amongst the education landscape in India. So a premier institute in India, somebody would be doing thousands of cases, and probably somewhere in another hospital, somebody would be doing maybe 20 or 30 cases in his whole residency. So we have been working on that, and we have been collaborating. We have started a mentorship program of sorts where we try and connect young residents and young surgeons to senior surgeons so that they can go there and observe and probably do surgeries as well. So we are working on that. It's still in the pipeline.
Very, very interesting. Thank you very much. And you can go to sleep now. Thank you for being here with us. We know it's very, very late in India, and we love to have you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Okay, so then the next speaker, it's Imane, because, you know, she was part of this process of organization. We wanted people from everywhere, and she, you know, she picked so many of you guys. So I will love her to go next.
My pleasure. Thank you so much, Dr. Ivo, for giving us the opportunity of sharing our view on this very important subject. I would say much more to us than to people who are advancing their career. So I'll start by sharing my screen. Can you see the screen?
No, not yet.
Okay.
There you go.
All right. So I am Iman Tarib. I'm from Morocco, and Morocco is in the northern western part of Africa, for those who don't know. And so I got my MD degree in 2015 from the University of Fez in Morocco. I spent the last 5 years doing my residency training in the University of Rabat, which is the capital in Morocco as well. And I am currently studying for my board exam, which the date of is still unknown up until now. So currently studying. My goal in 5 years is to be
We lost her, right? We can hear you, Imane. Hello? We lost her, right? Yes.
Yeah.
I think so. I don't hear her.
Yeah. So let's wait for the next turn, and Lisandro, can you just stop her share screen and we keep going, and then when she's available we go. Valentina, let's switch to South America.
Okay,
You're here close to
perfect.
Thank you, thank you. So I'll start sharing my screen. There, you can see it?
Perfect.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So hello to everyone. My name is Valentina Gracia Rey. Those are my two last names, just so you know. I'm from Colombia. So a little bit about my history. So I am born and raised in Cartagena, Colombia. As you know, maybe you don't know. It's in the northern part of South America, in the Caribbean Sea. So I was born and raised there, and I studied in University of Cartagena Medicine, and I graduated in 2017. So at that time, I started working as a general practitioner for a year. And during that year, I started trying a lot to get into ophthalmology residency because I knew that was what I wanted. So finally, I got in ophthalmology residency in Universidad de Cartagena in Barranquilla, which is just an hour away from Cartagena, so that is very convenient for me. So right now I'm a second year ophthalmology resident, going into third and last year. Here in Colombia, there is a 3-year. Most of the programs are 3-year programs. There are a few which are a 4-year, but that is not my case. So right now I'm looking forward to my final year and to having a lot of new skills, especially surgical skills. So where do I see myself in 5 years? I see myself having already a fellowship degree, which is very important in Latin America. Also, I really love research, and I want to do a research in a master's. I want to have a master's degree in clinical epidemiology. So that's where I see myself in 5 years, and I'm really, really working to get there. So the pillar that I have chosen is the same that they have already chosen. So mine is community and teamwork. Why did I choose this one? Because the pandemic has given me time to connect with many people, with all of the people that are right here, and I'm really grateful for this time. I'm really grateful that all of you have the time to have met me, and that I have the time to meet you. So they have really inspired me on many ways. I have studied maybe new communications on social media. I'm not an expert, although I'm young, but I'm not like that active. So it has pushed me, it has pushed my boundaries, and I really love that. I really thank this time for that. So the message that I want to give is that we come together, we stay together, and that we start working together. That is where the community will have success. Thank you.
Very, very good. Very interesting. Valentina, what about the same thing? What about the quality of the surgical training you have?
Well, so fortunately here in Barranquilla we have an IC in Clínica Oftalmológica. So I already did the 2-week course. I loved it, and I recently won 1 week more of training in the IC. So I really loved it. At the time, we don't have any hands-on, not even on real patients or in surgical models. Right now, we're like kind of just seeing consults. So that's something that's bad, and I really hope that soon we can go to normality, because it's my final year. So
yeah, very, very hard to have this in your final year. And you usually do a lot of cases in the final year, cataract surgery, any other surgery?
normally that's the time that we have our most cataract surgery. In second year, we're supposed to do extracapsular surgery, but here in Barranquilla, there are not many that hard rock cataracts. So because as you know, there are many ophthalmologists here. So it is hard to get like really a rock to try to do extracapsular surgery. But emulsification, it's easier to get for us, but it's only for third-year students. I have not many steps, but not a complete case already. So I'm looking forward to it.
Okay, great. Thank you. Jaime, you're up next. Jaime from Mexico, in Miami, in Bascom Palmer. Nice to have you here, Jaime. Thank you for your time. Estás muteado. You're mute.
All right, can you see my screen? All right, perfect. Thank you, Ivo. Thank you, Ophthalmology University. So, this is great. You guys doing everything. You know, I see a lot of energy in this group. I'm excited, you know, to get to know every one of you. So, my name is Javier Martinez. I'm from Mexico originally, but now I live in the US in Bascom Palmer. I just recently graduated. Now I'm a faculty, recently young faculty at Bascom Palmer. Actually, this is one of the interviews that Ivo did a while ago. It's about 3 years now, I guess, Ivo. So I'm from a small town in Aguascalientes in Mexico. And then I did my training in Guadalajara, of medical school in Guadalajara. Great place to visit. It's a place where I actually have a town called Tequila. So if anyone wants to go and visit, it's great. So then I did my training in Mexico City, in Hospital de la Ceguera. I want to say hi to all of the residents from the Hospital de la Ceguera. Great place for training. And then after that, I did a year of fellowship, of research fellowship in Bascom Palmer. And then I did 2 years of cornea and cataract surgery, ocular surface at Bascom Palmer. And now I just recently graduated and joining the faculty here at Bascom Palmer. So this is one slide I want to show you how important is mentorship. So basically, this is kind of my family tree. Most of you know some of the doctors there. So on your left side, you can see Dr. Victor Perez. He's an amazing cornea immunologist expert from Puerto Rico, and he trained Dr. Mezcua, my mentor from Mexico, and Dr. Gibbons from Chile. And then after that, you know, Dr. Mezcua gave back and taught Dr. Sabater and myself. Dr. Sabater, it's a great MD scientist, PhD from Spain. In the center, it's my dad. And then, you know, and next, I don't know who I'm going to teach. Hopefully I give back what they gave me. And who else? I mean, who knows who's going to be next, which country. So in my mind right now, I chose mindset because I think as a recently young faculty member, you know, the first thing, you know, it's difficult for us is, you know, gain the patient trust. You know, we're new, build a practice, and you know, trust what you know. No, it doesn't matter where you were trained for. You know your stuff. You know ophthalmology. So trust yourself to build your practice, and also it's important to have a family balance. I think that's the most important because you know you're recently a young, recently faculty, and you want to say yes to everything. You know, yes, I want to do this. I will travel wherever you tell me to go. But you have to keep in mind that in 5 years, you have to have balance, and you'll be really busy. So you have to really, take that in mind. And the third thing, you know, it's always important teaching. You know, the residents will be really grateful for teaching them and treat them as you were wanted to be treated in doing residency. And also doing research is a really important part of, us as ophthalmologists. And that's it. Thank you, Ivo. Thank you, everyone. That's what I want to share.
Amazing. Thank you, Jaime. So you're a faculty. You're planning to stay there, right?
Yes, I started my clinic like a month ago. I started, you know, the cataract surgery, building up practice. Yeah. So
can you stop sharing and so we pick another one? And thank you very much. So Valentina wanted to do a fellow. Do you recommend Bascom Palmer for a fellowship? Yes, right?
Yeah, no, I mean, we're always looking for, you know, how can I
stop sharing? There.
Yeah, we're always looking for, you know, like people with energy and, you know, who they always, you know, they want to, say yes to everything. You know, that's really important, you know, and in terms of like, you know, I have this research project and yeah, I can do it. And they always like people who, you know, like hands-on, you know, and that's really important to show your interest and you'll gain a lot from giving all the energy, to your goals. I think that's.
Thank you very much, Jaime. So let's do a big switch here. Let's go back to Europe, and we have Lawrence Kuske. Is it correctly pronounced?
Yeah, that's pretty close. Just
to say that he's the professional of the afternoon. Look at that. Look at the setting, that microphone, amazing. So Lawrence, great to have you.
Thank you so much for having me. I will keep that image on for just a second and then switch to the presentation. Or let me just share my screen. So my name is in fact Dr. Lorenz Kuske. Let me just start this presentation from here. Can you see that? All right. Good, very well. So as I said, my name is Lorenz Kuske. I'm a fellow / consultant at the University Eye Hospital in Basel, Switzerland at the moment. I say that because we don't have that Anglo-Saxon system where you have the fellowship, where you're being taught continuously. When you finish with your board exam, you're basically free to go into practice or go to university hospital where you oversee all the residents, and you're basically very far above what a fellow would do, and you are one of the leading doctors there. So for my education, I stayed in Switzerland. I see all you guys travel around for the whole education. For me, it was very simple. I was just in the same place, never more than an hour going back and forth. For my future, I'm kind of in a similar place like Valentina. While we have very good clinical teaching or clinical experience here in Switzerland, very high standards here in Switzerland, we do not have a lot of cases. We do not have a lot of surgical cases. As the Indian colleague just told us, thousands within a residency is just a dream for all of us here. Just as a quick comparison, our whole university hospital does around 2,000 cataract surgeries a year, the whole clinic. So it's not a lot, and there's not a lot for the young surgeons. So also for me, I'm right now planning a surgical or looking for a surgical fellowship, especially cataract, in the next year. And then the 5-year horizon, I want to be in a private practice in my hometown. And then the reason, the third point for my future is the reason why I'm here, that I would also like to build some kind of a online resource for young ophthalmologists worldwide. And that's where I want to touch on maybe more than one pillar. Basically, number one, the new mindset, but I would like to make you think a little bit tonight. And that's why I chose 3 of them: new mindset, and as a pillar next to it, the community, teamwork, and new technology. And what I want to make you think about is 1450, the printing press was invented. Before that, the only way to spread knowledge was just telling someone else. And since then, it's possible to spread your knowledge over certain locations, over the boundaries of countries and over the boundaries of time. So you can give it on to next generations. And only recently, 600 years later, the internet appeared and has changed everything. 1990 was kind of the start of the internet. 2004, since 2004, we have Facebook. Since 2006, we have YouTube. Since 2010, we have Instagram. And I think we, at the point, we're all basically at the similar point. We are going to be the generation that has to use this new way of spreading knowledge for our professional career and for to bring our professional community closer together. I think we can bring countries closer together. I think thanks to the internet, it's not going to be I trained in Mexico and I trained in Switzerland. It's going to be I trained in the world, and all the resources are basically going to be available for everybody, be it in Africa or wherever. And that's at the moment, I can tell you, I just looked it up before, there are 500 hours of content uploaded to YouTube every minute. And basically none of it is about ophthalmology. So let's change that. Thank you, Ophthalmology, Ophthalmo University, and all of you guys for already doing that. And I think we should all start doing more of that and just sharing in a easy and modern format. And that's why, now here comes the picture of me from the other side. That's why I started filming little videos. I just started 2 weeks ago, and put them on learnabouteyes.com. That's my YouTube channel. And I invite everybody to go visit it or to contribute to it. If you want to be featured there, please tell me, and we can. I want all the knowledge on there that is possible.
Thank you very much to share that, Lawrence. Amazing, amazing. And I love the reasoning behind those 3 pillars. I think it was great, and I agree 100%. Basically, is why we are here right now. So another thing that keeps coming, right? The surgical volume. There's many of us here who have needed to travel or needed to do something to learn to do surgery. I think that's, do you know where you're going to do that fellowship?
Not yet. I'm right now applying for Australia and the UK, but that's basically the things that I have been thinking about so far.
With a lot of surgery, a lot of work, but
exactly,
very structured. Thank you for sharing that. We have also here, we have here Gustavo Hanning from the south of Brazil. Amazing friend, and he has been everywhere. He speaks how many languages? A couple, right?
7.
7. So he from the south of Brazil. Let's start switching between Europe and Latin America. And Gustavo has an amazing story, to tell us, and I'm sure we can learn a lot from him. Gustavo.
First of all, Ivo, thank you. Thank Andres. Thanks, Lisandro, for organizing this, for having Ophthalmo University, bringing all this amount of knowledge, okay? It's a real pleasure to meet so different and nice people. So let me share my screen here because we just have 4 minutes and I like people who respect the times. Here, and here. Can you see it?
Perfect.
So hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. My name is Gustavo Huning. I am from southern Brazil, okay? A city called Santa Maria, which I've been living for 6 months. I'm going to tell you a little bit from my history. I studied medicine here in Brazil, in my area, in the southern part of Brazil. I did the first year of my residency in Argentina, and the second in an exchange, and the second and third years in Rio. I did my first year of a surgical retina fellowship in Venezuela, the second one back in Argentina, and then I did the ESASO courses in Lugano in Switzerland, which I recommend to everyone who has the chances, okay, because it opened a new world for me. Actually, I had the chance to operate a lot in Venezuela and Argentina, but I needed to polish myself. Another thing, I did an MBA here in Brazil in a university very known around here. In 2018, I received an award at the Retina Pre-Meeting in the American Academy of Ophthalmology. And last year, I finished another post-graduation in leadership, which was in the Harvard Medical School. We doctors have to remember, I think I like to repeat very oftenly, we doctors, we are no more than specialists. We are technicians in disease, and we have to develop other skills. My next targets, I would say, or the things I want to do in my life in the next years. First one, we are developing a thing called Bori Cinema Productions. It's totally focused in eye surgery, but the thing is, it's focused in high resolution videos. Okay, it's a thing we just started, and we are going to improve and to make it bigger. So you are already all invited. I want to have you with us. The most important thing in the next years is to establish my name in the area where I am, because there is just one retina guy. I'm the second one here. I'm in surgical retina. My father is an ophthalmologist, and I have two younger brothers who are doing fellowship in glaucoma and cornea. And in the future, I hope they come with us. And I want to go back into research. We had a research company in the past, and now I want to study a little bit more. I need more discipline as well. So the pillars, when Ivo sent me the invitation, I was thinking which of the 7 pillars I would choose. And the thing is, it's a little bit complicated because, first of all, I don't like very well this new mindset term because it constantly changes. For example, who was expecting this coronavirus pandemic? Look how we are behaving now. We never would imagine to have things like this or congresses online with lots of people. Planning for future, always have short and long plans, okay? Because things, as I just mentioned, change the whole time. Evaluate the quality of information. That is the big challenge nowadays, because as we just saw this weekend, there was a big polemic in the Lancet. We don't need to say who is Lancet or what happened. Remember, in the past, they have published the paper which said that vaccines were causing autism. Efficient communication, practice it. If you have the chance, study new languages, okay? Because learning new languages open you doors that you wouldn't imagine. That's the best thing from all I would suggest you. Number 5, I would say it's a little bit connected with number 3. Learn to learn, in my opinion, is our greatest concern, because we have overload of information. We have the whole time, we have YouTube, we have social media, we have friends, we have WhatsApp. Have you read this article? It is impossible to process everything. So if we can develop a library of information which is very well organized, Google already can't do it anymore. This is the future, in my opinion. Community and teamwork, the 6th one. You can know everything. I just mentioned that as well. All of them are interconnected. So you have to work in teams. I had the luck to have my family doing it as well. I do retina. My brothers are doing the specialties, which I already said. So depending the place where you are, if you have the chance, please, you don't need to work together, but you must be in contact. Okay, I have some cornea disease. I'm going to call a friend who is specialist in cornea, okay? Because I can't study it, because already retina is already a big challenge for me to keep up to date. And people are always afraid, saying that artificial intelligence is going to retire doctors. I don't agree with that at all. It's going to make doctors much better. All 7 together, it's about leadership, okay? If you master these 7 techniques, and you have to, you're going to become a great leader in your area. Thank you so much, and sorry, I passed the time.
No, it was amazing. One tip after the other one. I mean, we love you here, Gustavo. Thank you so much.
I love you, Ivo.
So
thank you.
Just very quick, tell us about that journey, being from here to there, always trying to improve your surgical skills too, right?
Actually, when I finished my residency, I was sure I wanted retina, but even here in Brazil, which is a big country with a big population, people already see you as competence, okay, that you're going to compete with them. So I went to Venezuela, where my professor, where I did the fellow, was a great surgeon, and he gave me the opportunity to put hands on. As our colleague from Switzerland was saying, the big challenge is to have someone giving the chances to you make the surgery. That's difficult. Retina is expensive. It's difficult, not just retina, ophthalmology in general. It's a very delicate surgery. So and actually I received an opportunity in Nepal, but I thought that Venezuela was closer from home.
Okay, thank you very much, Gustavo. Let's go a little bit further. We have Atanas here from Bulgaria. Amazing. One of the ones who is more far away, at least from us. So Atanas, it's such a pleasure to have you here with us. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. I'm gonna share my screen now.
Yeah, sure.
Can you see my presentation?
Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. So my name is Dr. Atanas Bogoye. But before I start talking about myself, I really want to thank you and express my deepest gratitude towards Dr. Ivo Ferreira and towards Himani and all the people that are gathered here. I mean, these people are working basically 20 hours per day just to put that crazy content that has a lot of value. So biggest thank you to you. So now I'm a fourth-year resident from Bulgaria. I work in the capital city, Sofia, in one of the biggest private clinics there. I'm always trying to improve myself. I find ophthalmology as one of my passions, and I always try to learn and explore opportunities. So 2019, last year, was actually a blast for me. I did a lot of courses internationally. I went to Brazil. One of them was in Harvard University. I went to Germany, Austria, Italy, etc. And it really, really changed me because I met so many cool people. I can't value networking enough. So I try to share everything I learn. I try to share everything I find as opportunities with all the Bulgarian residents as well as international residents through social media and through certain websites. What else you should know about me is that I actually graduated healthcare management last year. And I also went and did a summer entrepreneurship program in the United States, in New York, Boston, and San Francisco. This was part of Babson University. It's actually the #1 rated for entrepreneurship university in the world, summer entrepreneurship program. Okay, so where do I see myself in the next 5 years? The big question. So in the next 5 years, first of all, I'll try to be a better specialist. I'll try to improve myself on my knowledge and skills. I'll try to build systems, and I've tried to build innovations and new technology together with some teams, and basically try to be part of this global network to participate in education in ophthalmology, and of course, to have fun while doing it. And this is where all those pillars come together. So I know Dr. Ferreira actually introduced 7 pillars, but I believe they're connected. And the way everyone tried to connect them, all the previous panelists tried to connect them, actually just communicated that we're thinking the same way. So first of all, I believe that community and teamwork are now super available through all the social media. If you just follow all those guys that are here in social media and you just look at what they share, you'll be up to date with ophthalmology courses. That's a point. And correct use of technology. I believe in the future, ophthalmology is going to grow exponentially with the exponential technology that we have. So we need to use the community and teamwork in order to match with correct people, in order to create and innovate with technology.
Perfect. Thank you very much. Very fast and very amazing, Atanas. Thank you. Tell us, I mean, there's a couple of principles that they keep repeating themselves. The first one, you and Gustavo were very clear, and I really liked it, about this is an artificial division about pillars, right? But everything is interconnected. I agree. The second thing is about community. And it's simple that we are strong as a community, and we're basically doing that as we speak, right?
Yeah.
Thank you very much for your words. What about just the last one? What about the surgical the surgical opportunity you have to learn?
Okay, so I think I've mentioned that to you personally, but I'm going to share it with others. So Bulgaria is a small country, and here we have a sort of like this competition who gets more surgeries. So as a resident, you basically are dependent on your mentor and on your institution to get some exposure to surgery, and most of the residents don't do that. But I'm very optimistic. I view the world as an open place. So first of all, you can take the maximum of all those given resources online, such as what you were sharing with all your step-by-step cataract course. I think it's great to learn that theoretically. And of course, the world is open. You could travel, you could do hands-on in India, in Mexico, and all over the world, basically. So just connect with the right mentors, message them, and you're good to go.
Thank you. Thank you very much for sharing that.
Thank
Let's
you.
go. Let's go to the guys. Actually, I was going to go to the guys who are very late, but I want to keep them. So if not, they're gonna fall asleep like a Madresa and a Yup. So, but let's go with Julia, because I think she has an amazing story. She's from Italy, but right now is living in the US. Correct?
Yes. Hi, everybody. Do you see my screen?
Yes.
Perfectly.
Okay. Hi, everybody. My name is Giulia Corradetti. I was trained in Italy. I did my medical school and residency in Italy. During my residency, I did a period abroad. So I attended this pediatric ophthalmology fellowship in Los Angeles. And then I went back home, and for some reason, I decided I need more training. So I went back to US for a couple of years more of fellowships. Actually, my last 2 years of fellowships were concentrated in medical retina. And during those fellowships, I decided I wanted to explore more like research rather than clinic, because, you know, in Italy, we have a very long residency. It's about 5 years. And during those 5 years, we do a lot of clinics. So, and there is kind of a lack of research experience. I didn't feel comfortable in doing research by myself. So I was looking for mentors to guide me in this research journey. So I spent my last 2 years doing a medical retina research and clinical fellowship at UCLA, in Los Angeles. And that's why I want to talk about this very, I think, delicate topic, which is how we disseminate information, ophthalmic information in social media. We know that the COVID-19 pandemic led us to increase our audience, followers in social media. And just to give you an example, Twitter increased their sharing of a 24%. So it's great. During the pandemic, I personally had the chance to connect to many people. Social media helped us to communicate about science, to build relationships with colleagues that otherwise we are not able to meet because they may be live in Australia or in India on the other side of the world. The possibility to network are so much easier using social media. But in the social media, there are so many informations which are not correct. So I think it is very, very important to share sources, information who are coming from approved sources. Most of the papers shared during pandemia were preprints, but we should try to focus on sharing peer-reviewed contents coming from the most read sources, you know, like ophthalmology or other journals that are peer-reviewed. And so in this, doing so, I think we can assure a good contents. Yeah, that is my message, basically. I would like to emphasize the concept that good research has to be shared, but misinformation can be very dangerous. Thank you.
Very interesting. Thank you very much, Julia. So how did you end up in the US? Only because of the fellow, or?
Yeah, I just you know, it's more a personal like choice where to live than it's not career choice, basically. I wanted to live for a while in US, so I applied to a fellowship, and then I got involved in medical retina, and I found out that I really liked medical retina, and then I just stayed longer. Yeah, I would like in 5 years, probably I see myself like doing more like research and less clinical and build a family. That's my short-term project.
Amazing. Thank you very much. Okay, let's go now.
Thank you so much for this.
No, thank you. Let's go with Mahatma, and we're so happy to have you here, Mahatma Selma. Do you have the presentation, or you want me to share it for you? You're mute. Mahatma? Mahatma? Sorry.
Mahmah.
There you go. But you're mute. You're mute. You need to unmute yourself. Or if you want more time, we can go to another guest, but we can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
There you go.
Hello? Can you hear me? Hi.
Hi.
So I have some, help me sharing my presentation, please.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you so much. Okay, thank you. Hi. So I am Dr. Mahmah Salma. I'm from Algeria. So I'm 29 years old and recently got my diploma as a specialist in ophthalmology. Okay. And after completing my residency, glaucoma became my major interest. Actually, it all started when I was a child. My dear grandmother has been diagnosed with primary angle closure glaucoma, and unfortunately got blind some years after that. And since my dream is to inaugurate a glaucoma unit in the hospital of my small hometown. This is where I see myself in 5 years. Okay, so just to help glaucoma patients, and more important, to prevent blindness related to this disease. Especially that here in Algeria, we have a huge lack in glaucoma specialists. So actually, I'm looking for training and fellowship opportunities to gain more knowledge. I develop my skills. So I believe that would bring me a step closer to achieve my dream of becoming a successful glaucoma specialist. Okay, fighting the silent people side. Okay. Also, I wanna talk about teamwork and community, or community and teamwork. Okay, so I really love talking about teamwork because I believe it to be the main stone of success. Okay, so they say that one is too small a number to achieve greatness. Okay, and here it doesn't only include the workplace, but also social interactions, relationships, and small communities. So now when a group of people share the same goal, here we can, a community can be developed, and individuals of this community will achieve a great, amazing results with teamwork, okay? Because it, in some way, it brings out the best of everyone in this community. So for example, we are a small of people preparing exams together. We meet every day on Zoom. We are sharing our knowledge, our resources, our needs, helping and providing support to each other. So you see, we gather a huge energy, and this is something I believe that one cannot achieve alone. Okay, and also second example is this webinar of Ophthalmo University. You know, maybe we don't know each other in real life, but we share the same passions, the same interests, the same values. So this supporting system brought us together to work to present just like a real team. Okay, we are here, we discuss, we listen to each other, we talk. So this is amazing. This is really something interesting. So communication is very interesting in a community. It makes everyone feel like they have a voice. Okay. This great support is something much needed for everything, every one of us. So I really want to thank Ophthalmo University for making me a part of this great work. Okay. I also am always impressed by this great big community of ophthalmologists. You are so inspiring people, okay? And I really hope keeping this communications lies between us. I hope that we keep communicate consistently and always as we work as a team. Okay, thank you all.
Thank you very much for your time. Amazing, so kind. Was everybody clapping? That's nice. Okay, let's switch back to Latin America. Let's see if we have Dr. Larco around. There you go, Pablo.
Hi, Ivo. Thank you. Let me share my screen. Wait 1 second, please. Can you see now?
Perfect.
Great. Just 1 second, please. Okay. Okay, so my name is Pablo Larco Jr. I'm from Ecuador. And first of all, I want to thank you to Ivo, Imane, the people that conform the Ophthalmo University, for example, Lisandro and Andres, and for letting me be part of this. It's amazing. As it put there, I'm an ophthalmology resident of Top Salud in Lima, Peru. And to talk about my story, I have divided in 3 phases. The first one, because as you can see in the left image, my grandfather, and the second one, my dad, and my 2 uncles are ophthalmologists. So I have always been involved with this profession. Now I'm doing my residency program, the third image at Ophthalmo Salud, where I have met great people, and I try to learn every day. And I realized this amazing phrase that Dr. Boris Malugin said the last year: ophthalmology is a regarding emotionally profession. What he means is that ophthalmology, the feedback you receive when you restore the vision of a patient is amazing. So that's the great phase. And now that I'm in my 3rd year, I'm starting my 3rd year, I understand it really well. And what do I expect to visualize myself in 5 years? It's difficult because the world sometimes is changing and it can be unexpected. However, I have a list of main goals that I would like to share with you. I would like to pursue for a fellowship in an English-speaking country, so I can improve my English. I can do some research that's important nowadays. And I would like to apply for a volunteer program where I can help people in need. When Dr. Ivo told us about the 7 pillars, it was difficult to choose one because they are all important. However, I made a video to talk about this one, the new mindset.
When we talk about evolution of procedures, surgeries, and education in ophthalmology, it's important to make an analogy with Charles Darwin and his theory of evolution, developed in Galapagos Island, located in Ecuador. He described how these birds, called pinson, need to modify the characteristics of their beaks in order to survive depending on their environment. As you can see, the same species of bird located in different islands have developed at least 4 different types of beaks, even though these islands are only 100 kilometers apart from each other.
So what I am trying to say and express with this video is that as this bird change their beaks to survive, ophthalmologists nowadays need to develop our abilities and knowledge to progress and optimize our academic formation, trying to habituate, obviously, to these constant changes and development. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Pablo. And the important thing is that, like, even Darwin were in the Galapagos Islands to do all that theory. No, there is something about that too. Very, very interesting.
Yes, that's great.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for your time. Let's try to go a little bit fast so everybody can be part of it. Ayla, Pedro, I said it correctly, right?
Perfect, actually.
Thank you so much for being here with us.
Thank you for having me, and to everyone separately for listening and to being here today. So I'm gonna share my screen, just a second. So you have it, right?
Perfect.
Okay, so when I got the invitation, I decided to speak a little bit about social media and patient education, because all things that all of you guys are doing is really like ophthalmology, and I think you're so good at it, but I'm taking a little different approach and perspective. So I'm an ophthalmologist for 2 years now, and I'm come from Bosnia and Herzegovina. I don't know, probably some of you are not sure where that is. So the little green land in Europe. And I'm enjoying my ophthalmology practice with my sister. We are not practicing in the same hospital, but she's a resident in ophthalmology. And so in 5 years, hopefully we can learn together, and I do my retina and she'll do anterior segment, and hopefully with time we can get together and work. So what I'm doing for 2 years now is trying to communicate and educate the public about ophthalmology and about trying to help to understand ophthalmology, doctor profession, like to all together. When I started 2 years ago, I tried to be like strictly professional. I tried to put the pictures of ophthalmology things, glasses, I don't know, surgery. What I found out is that when we are trying to talk to and communicate to our patients, they don't care. They're not gonna look at your pictures of your surgeries or actually anything that has to do with ophthalmology itself. So what I'm trying to do today is to combine pictures, for example, on allergic reactions of like conjunctivitis this year. It was horrible, and try to like take pictures in nature and combine it together. And this is, I find, the best way to get the engagement of people and make them listen and make them read. Also, we had this situation with pandemic, of course, and many of them couldn't go to doctors. I don't know if you have that saying in your languages, but we say like we jumped into our own mouth when we said you don't have to go to ophthalmology for that. And maybe two months ago we would say yes, you should most definitely visit an ophthalmologist. You cannot get the advice on your social medias or wherever. So actually we can, and actually I helped so many patients during this crisis in my Instagram account, in my Facebook account. So this is, I think, the best way to communicate it nowadays. Also, what Julia was saying is we have the privilege to be heard. So during this time of pandemic, I communicated also what other doctors are doing, what they are going through, and use my platforms, social media platforms, to really engage and to give from us, from doctors, not only ophthalmologists, but from all other doctors, how to behave. For example, the shield that you're seeing is actually made by me and my sister with like a platform for all the others doctor how to make it. So that's what I've been doing for these few months during the pandemic. So hope you liked it, and I'm not gonna take your time anymore. Thank you for having me.
Oh, thank you for being here with us. It was amazing. I think that's one of the very important pillars, to communicate and to generate. We always say that we didn't have time to generate the content. Now we need to generate the content for our patients and communicate in an efficient way. Thank you very much, Ayla.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. So if you can stop sharing the screen, we're going to have a colleague from another very small country in South America. I hope you know where it is. Juan Manuel is from my home country as well. It's Uruguay, down there, very small. But we play soccer decently. That's good. So, Juan Manuel.
It's not the only interesting thing. I'm going to share the desktop. It's okay?
Perfect.
All right. Well, good evening, good night. It's a pleasure to share this moment with so many young ophthalmologists worldwide. So my name is Juan Manuel Schiapapietra Jerez. I'm an ophthalmologist from Uruguay, and I'm studying here the Oculoplastic Fellowship in Mexico City. And sorry, bye-bye. Surely most of you don't know where Uruguay is on the map. So while I'm talking, you can look for it. So my presentation is aimed to encouraging young ophthalmologists to have their own workplace, regardless the big or small it's this place. So I graduated as an ophthalmologist 3 years ago, and I do not belong to a family of ophthalmologists. So, and although I'm currently doing here a oculoplastic fellowship in another country, I plan to return back home and continue what we started with some colleagues. And for me, this is a place where we can give the best possible care to the patients. And it's a place where we make the decisions based on our clinical judgment. So I think that is essential that medical school teach more about economics and administration. And it's true that we are technicians of this profession. So it doesn't mean that we don't care about the other part. We'll be doctors all life. So I come from a very small country, 3 million people, now you know, where ophthalmology is monopolized by 5 or 6 great ophthalmologists. So when young people go out to the battlefield, set up their own clinics, sometimes they do not have the social approval. So from other colleagues. So because you're so young, not enough experience, so it is thought that you're only looking for money. So this is aimed to encourage yourself, the young ophthalmologist, to do a sub, fellow, or clinical research to give the best to your patients. So be a good general ophthalmologist because it's what we are. Start on workplace, offer the best to the patient. Teamwork, ideally, not numbers, believe me, and know what I'm talking about to make the best decisions. And don't let anyone else bigger overshadow you. This is my place, this is my clinic, this is my little baby, and her name is Pilar. And my pillar for this is have a plan for the future, even if you don't know if another 2020 will happen again. Thank you very much.
Wow. I'm impressed with that. I'm really impressed with that. Thank you very much, Juan Manuel, and thank you for being honest. You know, we all have, you know, not easy situations, and being honest sometimes it's not easy and it's important. Gustavo was saying today, right? He was saying we are technicians for diagnosis and treatment. We need to go one step, you know, further sometimes, and I think you did it there. Thank you very much. What do you say to that, Gustavo?
Well, actually, people are starting to wake up and leaving their physician egos behind. That's the first step.
Thank you very much. If you wanna stop sharing,
yes,
Juan Manuel, and we're gonna keep. Thank you very much for your honesty. Very good. So let's go to the other side of the world, to Ahmed Reza. Are you there? Ahmed Reza, you're mute.
How about now? Is that better now?
Perfect.
Okay, great. So actually I have to disconnect this and get connected through my laptop and then present from there.
Sure, if you want, if you have more time, we're almost done here.
No, just give me a second.
Okay. We need Imane back. Where is she? Yeah, we need her back. With good connection though.
Sorry about the network.
No, I'm joking. We can see your screen perfectly. Ahmed Reza. Are you there?
Can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So I'm Reza Moradi. I'm a third year ophthalmology resident, actually PGY3 ophthalmology resident. I have one more year to go at CPMC in San Francisco in California. I'm originally from Iran. I did my medical school over there. Then I came to United States. I did research fellowship at Johns Hopkins Wilmer Institute in ocular inflammation and uveitis with JP Dunn and Jen Thorne. And I did some research on ophthalmology as well. After that, I did internal medicine residency in Mount Sinai in New York. And now I'm finishing up my ophthalmology residency next year. Currently I'm counting days to go back to operating room because here we have shelter in place, so all the surgeries has been canceled. And my goals are to do cornea and refractive surgery fellowship next year, not next year, the following year, but I have to apply this summer. And I would like to contribute in research and as well as global ophthalmology, which is my passion. I would love to help people who are underserved and they need help. Regarding my the pillars that you said, I picked the number one. I like innovation. I'm very interested in AI in ophthalmology, and I think that's the future. And that's probably is going to help us to provide affordable care for everyone. Also, I'm active on social media, and I think social media is going to be a great tool for us to communicate with our patients and help our society to better understand the disease and follow up the instruction that we are trying to educate them. That was it, pretty short.
Reza, thank you very much. Tell us a little bit, you're in which exactly place doing the fellowship?
So I'm at CPMC in San Francisco, if you know Dr. Bruce Spivey. So we are the program that Dr. Bruce Spivey founded in San Francisco.
You're planning to coming back?
Not sure yet. So for now, I'm just looking at getting a good surgical training and then doing a fellowship, and then I'll see what I will do. But I would definitely like to participate and help people in underserved area, either in Africa or some part of Asia or even in Iran.
Perfect. Thank you very much for your time. So we're gonna go fast so we finish and can discuss a little bit. Dimitro.
Sure.
Hey.
very far away. So happy to have you here.
Yes, I'm from Ukraine, from Zaporizhia. Thank you to Dr. Ivo Ferreira and Ophthalma University for invitation. So great atmosphere, great, fantastic inspiration for me and for speakers and for attendees. I will start to share my screen. I'm a young ophthalmologist from the private clinic Top Medical. I'm a Master of Medicine, current member of EGS, ESCRS, and Uretina. My clinical interest: glaucoma, cataract, and retinal diseases. As for my scientific interest is glaucoma in all its manifestations, the search for ways to improve the effectiveness of glaucoma surgery, molecular biology and neuroenhancement in glaucoma, diagnostics and management of various retinal diseases. As for my goals are improve the opportunities for the development of ophthalmology both in my country and for the benefit of world ophthalmology, improve my knowledge, skills, abilities in accordance with international standards, international cooperation and exchange of experience. After 5 years, I see myself as an progressive ophthalmic surgeon and a scientist investigating the anterior segment of eye and retina. As for my speech, as an epigraph to my short essay, I took the artistic composition of the contemporary Italian artist Elia Pellegrini. This painting surrealistically depicts two of the most important tools for understanding the world. Our mirror or the soul, the eye, and the brain is our fully unknown mini-universe. It is the interaction of all visual informations, analysis and synthesis that determines our ability to learn and comprehend new knowledge. This is very relevant and important for understanding medicine and ophthalmology in particular. The formation of the correct presentation and methods of teaching and acquiring new knowledge is a very important concept. Learn how to learn new knowledge. For this, there are various techniques such as structuring, memorized information, the so-called chunking. The brain has two main modes of operation, diffuse and focused mode. Focused mode is activated when focusing on the task and following the algorithm. Diffuse mode is responsible for relaxed thinking in the background. To maintain focused mode for a long time, you can use the Pomodoro methods. Alternate periods of maximum concentration without distractions for a duration of approximately 25 minutes with short breaks. To maintain the diffuse mode, you can use the Salvador Dali, Thomas Edison methods. Keep yourself on the brink of sleep, sitting in a quiet place with something like a bunch of keys in your hand. Falling asleep, you will drop them and wake up from the noise. For the proper functioning of brain activity and training and adequate memorization, we should not forget about regular physical activity, contributing to good oxygenation of our brain. You also need to remember about a full sleep, and you must ignore any sleep deprivation. After learning something new, you need to pause and recreate in your head a picture of what you have learned. It is worth complementing these exercises. Excessive repetition of familiar things should be avoided in our practice, and of course, fight procrastination. In addition, you can reduce its effect by focusing not on getting the result from work, but on anticipation of the process of its implementation. Summing up all of the above, I can say that the topic of the ability to learn correctly is important and in demand due to our enormous informatization and the constantly flowing stream of different facts. This topic even maybe deserves our separate next meeting. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you very much, Dimitro. You picked one of my favorites, learn to learn, right?
Yes.
There is something important right now is to learn fast and efficiently. Thank you very much. Ayub.
Thank you.
Ayub.
Yeah.
Thank you for being here with us. One of the last.
Yeah. Okay. Everybody can see my screen?
Perfect.
Okay. Thank you so much for this invitation, Ophthalmo University and Dr. Martinez, one of my friends from Bascom Palmer Eye Institute. So my name is Dr. Eyvazcan. I'm an European Board of Certified Ophthalmologist from Turkey. Turkey is located between Europe and Asia.
Please put percent so we can see the entire screen.
Okay. So,
yes.
Is it good now? Okay, so I completed my ophthalmology residency in 2015, and this was a 4-year residency program, and now I'm currently working in a private eye center in Turkey. I have recently completed my research fellowship in Bascom Palmer Eye Institute Cornea Service. Actually, I will terminate my program in this month, but because of COVID-19 pandemic, it was an emergency situation, and I traveled to Turkey again because of the evacuation status. I worked in an artificial intelligence and computer augmented vision lab. We had a big team, which consists almost 10 people. And my primary goal was doing a clinical fellowship in USA 5 years ago. My for the government of Turkey because we are doing obligatory service for 2 years, and I was doing it in a city which is just close to Syria. There was a civil war at that time, and many people were suffering from corneal blindness because of bomb injuries. So I was interested in cornea and doing clinical fellowship, doing corneal transplants because many people needed it. And at the end of 5 years, my plan is having a faculty position in a prestigious university and teaching residents and fellows. I would like to mention about what I have learned in my researcher. This is more than having papers. That was a teamwork actually, and you're learning how to respect your team members. You need to have patience because you're facing many problems in researchers. I do really care researchers before clinical fellowship positions because it's a basic milestone before doing clinical fellowships, hands-on clinical work. The basic, my mentor, Dr. Abu Shusha, always telling us the same sentences. Perseverance is a key of success. You are facing many problems and you have to fix them as soon as possible. That's why I do really care researcher because it's an excellent teamwork, and that's it.
Thank you very much, Ayub. One question. You said you work in an artificial intelligence lab?
Yeah.
Related to ophthalmology or?
Exactly. We were developing some algorithms and models as well as new devices which were using AR and AI. So we presented in ACRS virtual meeting 5 papers, and it's really exciting projects. They were really exciting projects. We were developing algorithms to diagnose the corneal diseases autonomously.
Amazing. And the other thing we're seeing down, down from your slides, is that a translation, like a real-time translation? Those words?
Oh, I didn't recognize it. Yeah, maybe.
Oh, because we thought it was translated what you were saying.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, now I see it. Sorry about that.
That's cool. Thank you so much for your time. So if you can stop sharing, I think we are done, guys. Let's see if somebody's missing.
Well, Imane didn't get to finish.
There you go, Imane.
Imane.
Yeah, let's hope this time the network is not going to fail me. I'm going to turn my camera off. Hopefully that'll help. All right. You guys, can you see
I just need to say
screen?
that Imani was so nice that she gave me her template, so I used her nice introduction.
My pleasure. My pleasure. No worries. Can you guys see my screen?
Yes.
All right, perfect. So my name is Iman Tarib. I'm from Morocco. For those of you who do not know where to locate it on the map, it is on the northern western part of Africa. So I graduated from medical school from Morocco in Fez and spent the last 5 years training for my ophthalmology residency in Rabat in Morocco as well. And I am currently studying for my board exam that was delayed because of the pandemic. My goals are to be as heavily as possible involved in research and educational content creation. One of my biggest dreams is to somehow contribute into setting subspecialty fellowships in my country, Morocco, for ophthalmologists. And up until a couple months ago, my dream was to go and pursue a cataract and refractive surgery fellowship, but I kind of got my mind changed. So it's between that, glaucoma, and oculoplastics now. So definitely a lot of decisions for me to make in the next few months. So I chose to talk about the correct use of technology because as a consumer, I believe there's so much going on right now, and I foresee a lot even more in the future, that I just want to make the best use out of it. And just for me, myself, for the youngest ophthalmologists, and even for the medical students. And so I am just gonna try to talk about it in 4 different pillars. So the pillars of one of the pillars. So the first one is education. For me, this pandemic has given all of us so much time, and I am so happy and proud of the ophthalmology community for putting all that time in creating the amazing content that we see with Ophthalmology University, with the YouTube channel of my friend Lawrence from Switzerland, with the young ophthalmologists in India. We've honestly, with the young ophthalmologists of Morocco, with which I am heavily involved, we just try to make the best use out of this already created content and let our fellow Moroccan residents know about it. So the correct use in that sense for me would be to focus on the content creation and make it the best possible ever. Another thing is to optimize the format and make it available regardless of the interface that is used. I mean, yes, creating content is great, but it's making it optimized and accessible and regular to the users is definitely a wonderful thing to be working on and focusing on so that people can make the best out of it. Another thing is networking. I believe as ophthalmologists, we all pursue different subspecialties, and so we need each other. And maybe where I am, there is no cornea specialist. Maybe when Lawrence is, there is no retina specialist. Maybe where Atanas is, there is no pediatric specialist. And so networking between ophthalmologists and between ophthalmologists and other doctors from different specialties is definitely a great thing where we can use technology to make it easier and to make it accessible to everyone. Setting up mentorship, virtual mentorship, I have personally experienced this, and it is one of the most amazing things that has happened to me, is to get the advice and guidance of mentors from all around the world, and me just sitting home. Another thing is to network with industry that I believe are true advocates that provide real opportunities of research and promotion. And to move on, I think we can make the best out of technology to find the best opportunities again to have the best training possible and the best career. And that will be regarding training, of course, the most important thing to me, as I'm still like in that phase, and I will be in the coming years, to exchange knowledge as well as exchange people, like sending residents to other programs and figuring out about the opportunities for them and even for specialists, to set up collaborations like what we are doing right now. And I mean, I am already overwhelmed by the amount of things that I'm learning from this setup. And also leadership. I believe, for me, Ophthalmo University are setting up a new kind and a new brand of leadership in ophthalmology. And I mean, you can see them reaching out to everyone from all around the world to make it even better. And I believe this is a very much needed leadership in our discipline. That is ophthalmology. The last thing will be innovation. Ophthalmology depends tremendously on technology. There is still a lot of fields for us to contribute in and to innovate in. And I think the knowledge sharing through all the technological platforms will make it easier and faster for us to put more of our knowledge into innovation by making the necessary and correct collaborations. It is as well great to let everyone know of the needs of our field so that we can find solutions faster and better. And maybe we can even set up virtual labs and can work with all of the guys that are here today from our houses instead of having to fly in once or 2 times a year if we want to work on a specific subject. So I think technology is great. We got to use it the best way possible. And as somebody that I found on Pinterest or Instagram said, a tool is what we make of it, not what it makes of us. I love this. And I believe we're already doing great, but we should use it correctly as possible. Thank you very much.
Amazing. Oh, everybody clapping. This is amazing, guys. I'm so happy, you know, and I have been also taking notes. I think this is one of the best things from this afternoon and this night for you guys. I'm learning so much for every single one of you. Thank you so much. I think there's a couple of principles here we need to discuss. The first one is community. Probably almost everybody talked about community and how we are strong as a community. There, many people talk about leadership. I would like to share about this new concept of leadership that I believe is, because you were telling it that, Imane, about Ophthalmo University being leaders, but I disagree, because I think we are all leaders, and I truly believe that. But it's a different kind of leadership. It's a shared leadership that we have, and we need to be the same, to be part of a community, and to, you know, to feel part of something bigger than us. And that's what we want. We don't want to, you know, putting our faces all the time together, like here for something of ego. It's completely the opposite, you know. So I would love to keep talking about 2-3 hours with you guys. I don't know if we have a couple of minutes. I would love you to share final thoughts. Andres, you're here with us. He's also part of the community. What do you think about everything that happened, Andres?
Well, first of all, this was one of the most incredible webinars that we ever had. It's amazing to see how all these young ophthalmologists all together. We are very, very happy. I want to thank all of you guys because I know it's very late in some countries, and it's amazing. I think, and I really want, this is maybe the first of a lot of these webinars, right? I hope we can keep doing this because it's a great way to be in contact, to meet each other. So thank you so much. It was amazing. As Ivo said, we learned a lot from you guys. Thank you so much.
Lisandro?
Yes, I completely agree with all that you say, guys. This was amazing, and we are really proud of being with you in this journey. We will keep improving. We will keep learning. So you are OU. So that's it. That's the sum of this.
Any final thoughts? Imane, thank you so much also for introducing to us these amazing colleagues from around the world.
My pleasure. They are the best, really. None of them hesitated for a second. So thank you for answering the invitation. And thank you for including us, Dr. Ivo, Dr. Lisandro, Dr. Andres. What you're doing for the ophthalmologists all around the world is truly something new and so innovative. And we are all just using it to the max and hoping for it to remain as regular as it is right now. If we can help in any way, I'm sure all of us will be more than happy to do so. So thank you again.
Thank you, guys. Any other thoughts? We have a couple of minutes. If you guys are not too tired.
I want to thank you all for this opportunity. Hi, can you hear me? As you said in other talks, we are a new generation of ophthalmologists, and I want to thank you all for letting us grow and letting us really, really young ophthalmologists from all around the world meet each other and meet you and this great platform that you formed. Thank you.
Any other one? Jaime?
I just want to say I felt so inspired by everyone here. I felt connected to each and every one of your stories. So let's say this is just the beginning. We have a lot of opportunities to meet, to do stuff together, to connect, and to do projects. So definitely looking forward to this.
I want to add to that. Just it's basically everybody's agreeing, but I think there's a absolutely new era coming where you're not just influenced by the 2-3 people in your hospital that teach you, but you can get your knowledge from everywhere around the world at any time. And I think we should actually use that to our advantage, because there's, as what is Julia said, there's a lot of misinformation out there. And I think it's mainly because the people who do have the correct information don't bother to actually put the correct information readily available on the common platforms.
Oh, Ivo, I just want to comment, you know, I'm excited about knowing everyone from different parts of the country. Like, you know, sometimes, for example, I've been going to India once a year to learn. So now I can text other new friends and kind of like before traveling and meet them. Planning to go to Colombia too in the future. So hopefully more other parts of the country, I'll text you and I'll just take a plane, and, you know, it's really, these days we can connect really easily. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Yeah, and come to Bosnia, all of you.
Yeah.
We will visit you definitely.
All right. Thanks.
To finish. Yes.
I really hope to meet in real life. Okay, thank you. Thank you so much, guys.
Oh, thank you for being here with us. I just want to just to finish. I was taking notes. I have a couple of slides to talk about. You know, Gustavo talked a lot about leadership. Many of you too. I really believe in this new way of shared leadership. We need to share. To be a leader doesn't mean it's not a one-person job. It needs to be a job from all of us, and we're all leaders in our specific areas, and that's what we want to do in Ophthalmo University. We want to achieve true excellence at all times, no matter what. And you know, we want exactly this. This is a mastermind. This is a place to share ideas, to bring ideas, to connect people, to connect with one another. And I will leave you with this amazing quote from the guy who used to train Mike Tyson. And I think you know, it's important for a moment like this. And all of us, we all have fear. The thing is what we do with fear that will matter. Okay, we are, I mean, many of you are trying to do surgery. You don't have a place, you don't have a place to do it or somebody to teach you. Well, right now we're using technology and building a community, you know, to have a place for everybody, uh, an opportunity. And I think that that's very, very powerful. So thank you guys for your time and hope to do a second one, right?
Why not?
Absolutely.
Thank you, Ivo. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Take care.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
Buenas noches.
Laku noć.